So talk about how it felt to get the win tonight.
I mean, obviously it just feels great. We've been on the short end of close games, and I don't think we've won an overtime game against and Morning Shores is a quality opponent. I know they've been down early in this season, but I told Scott that I was just excited for our guys to be able to play in this environment. Morning Shores brought a great crowd, and we brought a great crowd, and they honored their state championship football team tonight, so it was an especially large crowd, and then the game was entertaining, and so it just feels really good for our guys to be able to win a game like that. When Jim gets so loud that you can't even hear yourself really think, that's when you just got to play off instincts, and you just got to hopefully your habits are good, and I thought our guys at the end of the game had some good habits, and we were able to pull it out.
Talk more about the atmosphere. Have you ever played or coached in a gym this loud?
I don't know. There's been some games. Not since I've been back here. I was able to coach down in Indiana. The heart of basketball for a few years, and we were in some sectional championship games, and it was loud. But this is definitely the loudest game, most kind of entertaining, intense, crowd engaging game that I've been a part of since we've been back here at Fruitport, and so credit to Mona Shores and credit to our fans. Our fans and our student section has been absolutely phenomenal this year, and it helps to win games, and the people like it when you're beating teams. But it's like, what comes first? Do we have to win? They've been coming since the beginning of this year. There's an excitement, there's an energy, and it really makes a difference. I thought we were able to, if our students didn't show out today, it would have been a one-sided noise gym, and I thought we were able to even it out a little bit with our crowd tonight, so that was awesome.
Talk about the way your guys were able to hit those clutch free throws at the end.
Yeah, I have to look at the stats. I know we missed a couple, but the big ones, we went 2 for 2. I think Rico Jones went 2 for 2. Gavin obviously hit those last 2. Luke Mitchell hit a couple big ones. We shoot a lot of free throws in practice. We make it competitive, and the guys really focus in on knocking those down. We're gonna keep doing that, because we know that there's situations like this that happen. If we don't hit some of those free throws, we don't take. It was going back and forth at the end of regulation and in overtime a little bit, like 1 point us, 1 point them. So if we miss a couple free throws and they come down and score, all of a sudden they're up 3 or 4. That game feels a lot different. So it was definitely a huge factor for us to get the win. Was we were able to kind of handle their pressure, get fouled, and knock them down.
Talk about where you guys go from here.
We got Holton on Tuesday at our place, a non-conference game, and then we have Kenowa Hills on Friday at their place. We beat them the first time for our first OK Black win ever. I'm sure they'll be ready and gunning for us, and it's sort of the second round of the OK Black games now. So this is where teams start making adjustments from the first time they play you, and they start knowing kind of how you play, and so we're going to do the same. And we're 5-5. We're halfway through the season, and we just have to look at the rest of the season like, let's as we flip back to the first games of the OK Black, let's try to pull out some wins. Let's try to, maybe we can, inch closer to those top 3 teams that are in our conference, and then as you get closer to the districts, you start to really think about that, and how we can better prepare ourselves for the districts. We're at Oak Ridge this year, and I feel like it's a pretty wide open district. There's a lot of competitive teams, but I think it's going to really give us an advantage to keep grinding in this OK Black conference. When we get to the districts, like a game like tonight, we're going to have this experience to bring to I'm sure a rowdy, loud district game experience. So that's huge, but just keep getting better every day and stay together.